Hello and welcome again to Forgotten Temples with myself, Mr. B. Now this is a bonus video. It's a Q&A, questions and answers, because some of you have sent in some questions saying, would you mind answering these on screen? Of course, I'm more than happy to do so. So it's just a little additional bit of footage. There is one question that I must ask myself. Why, oh why, am I doing this video in the middle of the jungle? I'm amongst the Heritage Park here at Angkor Wat, which is 400 square meters. And that's an awful lot. Think about it, 400 square meters. And I'm deep in the center of that, which is no problem. Usually I'm used to all that. But today is the hottest day of the year. It's touching 40 degrees and the humidity is something like 80%. It's absolutely awful, but for some reason I'm here now. I do know that there's a temple in there, an ancient temple, and I was going to sit there and do this video, except for it's absolutely smothered with fire ants and I just literally can't sit down. I meet these little buggers an awful lot and I just go in, shoot the shot and then get out again. I try not to complain about them too much, but on this occasion I've had to retreat. So let's get straight to the questions, and this is the first one. A barrage of questions, if that's right, and I'm extremely grateful to Mr. P.L. Lightfoot, what a fantastic name, for sending these in. Let's see, where are you? He asks, what are your other interests? I don't really have any, tell you the truth. I have a hamster named Wilbert, which I'll put a photo on the screen now, and he is my solitary companion. I live with Wilbs and that's it. I don't have children, I don't have a wife, I never have been married. I like my own company. I'm not an oddball or a stranger. I just don't think not everyone is built for marriage and kids and family, and I'm just not. This is my home. This is where I feel safe, out amongst these beautiful brown leaves that just enchant me. So let's move on to the next one. What are you reading? I've just finished an excellent book on Chairman Mao, which it's just incredible that they've still got that man's picture on the money in China. I will say only that. But he was an absolute lunatic. He was exactly in the same mould as Pol Pot that devastated Cambodia. Exactly the same mould. And an absolutely despicable man. I think it was called White Swans. I've now moved on to, a book about the Titanic, which is quite interesting. I love books. What is the extent of your education? Well, I went to a very posh school, hence the accent you see, that was founded in the 1500s, many centuries ago. But unfortunately, I was an idiot. My brother went there and he was wildly successful because he's jolly smart. And they let me in, and as one of the masters, we didn't have teachers, we had masters, one of the masters said to me, he said, the only reason you got in, Benini, is because you came from the same stable as your brother. It turns out we made a very poor bet. I left with absolutely no qualifications. I ended up working in factories and all sorts, and then I built up my own small company, and I did pretty well. I didn't, well, if you could keep the lights on and you've got food and a shower, you're doing pretty well. So I've done all right, and I didn't have all the burden of kids and all that kind of things. Where are you from originally? I'm from London, south of London, in England. My father was Italian and my mother was Welsh, both of them from the mountains, strangely enough. And maybe that's the explorer blood that courses through my veins. What sort of family do you come from? Accidentally just answered that one. Quite severe, my father, got to say. Quite a severe sort of chap. Maybe that's why I developed, a love of being on my own. What other countries have you visited? Oh, God knows. I could be here forever. Holland, Belgium, Germany, France, Spain, Italy, Switzerland. I lived in Israel. I toured all of America. Canada, Mexico, it just goes on and on and on, Sweden, so on and so on. As a young boy, after the horrendous experience that was school, and it was horrendous. Now, you've got to imagine here, Hogwarts meets Japanese POW camp, and that was my school. It was horrendous. Other kids could get on with it, but oh Jesus, I just couldn't. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. So when I left school, all I wanted to do was run and keep on running. And guess what? I'm still on the run even to this day. But it's the best thing that happened to me. You know, I ended up with this silly accent, which has worked well for me, and a very strong work ethic, because damn, we had to work in that school. It was severe. That's what gave me the rod of steel up my back that helped me beat addiction and helped me build my own life from the ground up, not just once but twice. So, you know, I'm kind of grateful for that education. In this life, you've got to train hard to fight easy. I think that's a good way of putting it. Where are we now? What country visit? What is your diet like? It's really good now. When I was a drunk, when I was an addict, it was pizza. I swear to God, that's all I'd eat was pizza. There's barbecue pizza in the fridge. That's all I ate for years, quite simply. Now it's a whole load of fruit. I love fruit, man, and all sensible stuff. And that's why I'm nice and slim. I used to be fat. If I can find a fat photo of me, then that's going up on the screen right now. And then we've got, do you think I would allow... This is a good one. This is a nice one. Mr. Lightfoot, well done. Do you think you would ever allow someone to share your life and the adventures and the future? No. No. You cannot do what I do with other people. You just can't. Because it's all about stopping and saying, right, I'm going to go into there. I'm going to go over there. And I don't eat and drink when I'm doing what I do. Today I haven't eaten, and I won't eat, and not a bean, and I won't eat till 6 p.m, which is a failing of mine. I'm very bad at that, and I don't have any water on me yet again. So when I travel, I'll just see a track or a path or have a hunch or a feeling, and I'll shoot off down it like a wild rabbit. And I just couldn't imagine doing what I do with someone else. The beauty for me is right here where I'm standing. Like, I will stop forever and stare at leaves. I think they are the most beautiful things. I mean, I've just picked these three up. Look at this one. Look at that golden colour. Then we have this one, which is dark and a rustic colour. Then we have this one, which is pretty much the same colour as the cowboy boots I'm wearing. But to me, leaves, because every single one is unique, I find them absolutely fascinating. And I will just stop and stare at a tree in a field or something. I ain't no hippie, but I find a lot of contentment in it. Let's have a look. What is your advice for someone struggling to stop drinking? And what was the date of your last drink? That's his final question, and it's a great one. You're very good, aren't you, Mr. Lightfoot? Thank you so much. My last drink was about 1,100 days ago, because I celebrated 1,000 days sober with a cake. And when I started on the adventure of beating addiction, which was, you try walking out of hell alone. And that's fundamentally what I did. I walked out of hell alone, battered, bruised, and destroyed. Mentally, I was really ill. I was very, very mentally ill with anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts and so on. So I've been marching out of that hell for 1,100 days, and I'm completely cured now. I don't have that, oh, you know, it's every day. No, it's not. It's over. It's done with, and it's in a box, and I've thrown it in the middle of the sea. So I'm completely clean of it, and I will never, ever go back. The second part was, what advice would I have? Well, to get clean, this is it. This is exactly what you need to do, is separate yourself from the world some. You need to get out into the bigger world, and you need to kind of appreciate how insignificant you are and how detailed everything else is. You need to take your life and pull it apart and replace it with other stuff. I'm talking your diet, I'm talking when you wake up, how you sleep, but really is you need to, as they say to all addicts, you're going to have to get rid of all your friends, and you do, because all the friends you have when you're addicts are addicts. You may not realize it, but they are. They're involved with alcohol and drink and drugs, you know, and everything else. So the thing is to get outside, because walking around and getting some crunch under your feet from these beautiful leaves, it takes you home and you're fulfilled. It really does something to your soul. And you then place your head on your pillow full of beautiful memories, and it's nice and weary. So you sleep better, you eat better, and so the process begins. But to me, even if it is 40 degrees and 80% plus humidity, this still is a heaven on earth, even with those damn bullet ants. So now to our next question. But why don't we move the camera a little? In my hand, I have a question from Sebastian Spector. Is it me, or do people who watch my channel all have really cool names? There's one chap who's got a name which is absolutely exceptional. Owl, something Owl, and I absolutely love it. I'm sorry, it's not in my memory, Owl Man, but you know who you are, and I absolutely love your name. Now, what the double S asks Sebastian Spector is, excuse me, what have you learned about yourself while crawling out of your addiction pit on your own? Gee, they're back. Sorry, they're back. Those dang ants. Ah, these are giant reds. Ow, damn. Oh, I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. If I look at my boots, they'll be there. Yeah, they're there. Okay, we're going to have to move location. Right. Let's just... Okay. Oh, that's quite nice. Got a bit of a branch there. Okay. Right. I know there's ants, there's giant reds on me now, because I ain't ever just one. Right. Okay, Sebastian. There you go. A bit of action with your thingy. And those ants made me forget your... What have I learned about calling out my addiction? I don't know. I don't know what I've learned. I don't know if I've learned anything. What I've learned, actually, is how much I love my friends. I've always been a very passionate person when it comes to my friends. I love them more than I can ever tell them. And I say that to them. You know, before I put down the phone, I say, I love you. I don't, all right, see you later, mate. No, no more. It's, I love you. And I tell them how grateful I am that they're in my life, because it's them that saved me, and you guys who watch these videos. And I mean that. I absolutely mean that, because I don't feel alone. I'm a very solitary, not lonely, I'm a very solitary animal. And it's just nice to be out here doing these things and getting savaged by ants. And I know that there's somebody who appreciates what I do, and I don't care. You know, YouTube doesn't pay me any money, that's for sure. I don't do it for money. I've spent, you know, tens of thousands of dollars of my own money pursuing my passion, because you should have a passion. But what have I actually learned about myself? Damn, I love my friends. And I've just learned about life. I don't honestly think I've learned anything about me. I don't think I'm good at what I do. I don't think I'm bold or brave or strong for achieving what I've achieved. I'm amazed that I've done it. I look at myself and go, holy cow, I can't believe you did that. But I'm not proud of what I've done. And then I don't beat myself up for getting myself, you know, into the trouble of being an addict. It is what it is. But I don't know. People have used the word humble, and I don't know if that's correct. I don't know. I don't analyze it that way. It's all about this, and it's all about my friends, and it's all about love. It's all about, I'm just so damn lucky. I just want it to go on and on and on forever. Mind you, that's the same way I wanted the parties. I wanted the parties to go on and on forever, and we know where that took you. His second question is, how did you manage to stay sober while at the same time experiencing all these surreal positive moments in your life, which you have shared in your videos? How did I mean? Because I was going to die. It's as simple as that. I'll put a photo up on the screen now, which is me at the age of 50 and me at the age of 52. And I was dying. I was going grey. I'd been rushed to hospital 3 times in an ambulance and had to be resuscitated in the emergency room. So if I failed, I would be dead. Simple as that. I wouldn't be here, and that would be, they would have buried me some months ago. And that would have been the end of Mr. B. Okay, we've only got a couple more questions, so why not a new location? For real, lovely lady who does a fantastic show. We're kind of competitors in some way in the news world, but she's an absolute delight. Now then, the questions being asked are, what do you think the future holds for you? I don't know. I don't care. As long as it's more of this, i.e. being outdoors. As long as I've only got one fear, which is I get injured on a motorcycle and I can't ride again. And I can't be free. Because it's like an iron horse to me, that bike. And if I didn't have that freedom, I probably would die. And I'm not joking you. I would shrivel up. I'm like a shark. I have to keep moving to stay alive. I have to keep moving. Are you happy? Hold on. Are you happy with requests as they come in, or are you feeling you want to chart your own course a bit more now that your mental health has improved? Well, Claire, I'm not too sure as to the angle on that one. Now that my mental health is improved, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know what? I don't really try and think about things too much. Not now. Not now. Maybe that's why I'll spend so long just staring at a tree or a leaf. It's there's a certain serenity in just floating along in life. Now I think we have just one. Hold on. Oh, there's another question here. Do you think Cambodia is a bad place for people with addiction? Hell yeah. The whole of Southeast Asia is a bad place for people who've got addictions, because alcohol and nicotine and over-the-counter pharmaceuticals cost nothing. It's literally, you can get a packet of 20 cigarettes here for I think 1,000 real, which is 20 American cents. 20 cents, 1 cent per cigarette. And alcohol just costs nothing. It's like $5 for a litre of cheap vodka. So yeah, Southeast Asia, if you've got an addictive personality, stay away. And if you are coming here, be very cautious who you marry. I've seen so many disasters here and so many people losing their shirts. They've lost everything. And a lot of them lost their mental health as well. Now there's just one last question, and it comes from the lovely Vladimir Krisnov, another guy with a fantastic name, the double K this time. And Vladimir asks, do you ever see yourself as a guide, you know, for VIPs and things like that? Hell no. Leave me. The beauty of what you see around you here is there's nobody here. Vladimir, that's the whole damn point, buddy. No. I couldn't bear having people trooping along behind me going, hey, that's really swell, you know. Oh, sod off. Just no. I ain't I ain't got $1 million, but I ain't that lonely yet, you know. So I ain't that poor that I gotta, I don't know, prostitute myself, my time, try and entertain other people. No, hell no, hell no. The beauty of what I do is exactly this, and I've just worked out how I'm going to end this video. The beauty of what I do is being able to do what I'm about to do. So I'm going to sign off and say thank you so very much for your questions. People have requested it. That's why I've done it as a bonus video. And as always, I wish you absolutely nothing but the very best. But thank you from the bottom of my heart, excuse me, for watching and for supporting me. You are a major, major contribution into what made me well and what gave me back my life. You absolutely are. I'm not amplifying that in any way. I'm so deeply grateful to every person that's just watched, but exceptionally so to those that have commented and have become Patreons. I'm just in awe that, you know, people like watching that silly man in the hat. Now, I said just a moment ago I worked out exactly how to end this video, and in the answer to Vladimir's question about guys, no, the beauty of what I do is what I'm about to do, and that is quite simply disappear back into the jungle where I am at my happiest, out adventuring alone. And I hope you find your peace. But this is Mr. B wishing you all the very best. I love you to bits, but guess what? I've got more road to travel.